Canned cherries is my go-to recipe when I have far too many cherries and not nearly enough time, because it's pretty quick and easy to put this one together. I begin by de-stemming 2.5 pounds of cherries, then I wash them, and then I pit them. And I double check to make sure it got all of the pits out, because even though this device is nice, it's not fail-proof. This particular recipe makes just 1 quart worth, which is great because I just multiply it by however many quarts that I want to fill up that day. So I'll put my 2.5 pounds of pitted cherries in my quart-sized jar. And I did end up with some leftovers, but that's not a big deal because I'm making jam later, so I'll just incorporate it into that. I'll then add 1/3 cup of sugar to the top. If you like less sugar, you can go down as little as 1/4 cup, but if you like a really heavy syrup, you can actually go up as much as 1/2 cup. I'll then add my hot water, which will melt the sugar as it goes down. I want to leave 1 inch worth of headspace, and I'll use my chopstick to debubble my jar just in case there's any trapped air bubbles in there. I tend to go along the outside edge and a couple times in the middle as well. Now I'll use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jar. This just makes it so if any of that sugar got on the edge that it won't interfere with the seal. And then I'll place my lid and ring on until it's fingertip tight. I'm actually using my Superb lids today. These are a new one that I'm affiliating with. I really like their quality. They're American made and I really like to support local. There's a link and a 20% off coupon code in the description below. Now I'll process this in my boiling water bath for 25 minutes. If I'm at sea level, I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 30. But I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the processing time is complete, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I then remove my jars from the canner and place them on a heat-resistant surface. If I had more than 1 jar today, I would make sure that they were 1 to 2 inches apart so that they could cool down quickly. I would leave them there for 24 hours so that they could get a good seal. I can tell that they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. If it has, then I'll remove the ring and wash it with hot soapy water and store it in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry and use it in the next 1 to 3 years. If for some reason it didn't seal, then I would put it in the refrigerator and use it right away.